My name is Jeff Deaton. I'm the Employment Services Director, and I oversee all of our employment services and as well as our IT needs. PSU is a nonprofit that provides day habilitation services as well as employment services for individuals with developmental disabilities. So outsourcing IT to another agency is very beneficial to us. It does a lot. It just takes it off the plate of somebody here. And honestly, it's our priority here in the building is our individuals and the people that we serve. So having professionals that know what they're doing with IT most of the time outside and kind of keeping an eye on our stuff is extremely beneficial for us, and it helps us out a lot. Being able to call somebody when something goes wrong or when we need somebody to take a look at something or look at new ideas is really helpful to us, because that's not really what we do day to day. We do need technology, but it's not at the forefront of what we do. It's kind of a piece that we need to use. So having somebody else that knows how to use it or how to help fix it when it needs help is really helpful for us. Having a company that understands what works better for an agency that serves people with developmental disabilities is definitely helpful, as opposed to an agency that didn't, or a provider that didn't. They have ideas for what tools might be helpful, what ideas are helpful, because they've already done it other places, and it's just very, very helpful for people that already have that knowledge. I know we've run into a few things with Go Concepts where we've had ideas, and Go Concepts has provided feedback like, well, you may not want to do it this way because of X, Y, and Z, but let's try it this way. And it's always worked out very well. And they do have knowledge of how things should be provided, and they're always willing to provide feedback to us, which is always greatly appreciated. Anytime that we need to drop something off, like we drop off phones all the time for them to get set up for us, or they drop into our building all the time if we need them to look into something for us. It takes no time at all, which is extremely awesome. I can send a message through to somebody at Go Concepts and say, hey, we're having this problem. And if it's not something that they can do remotely, they're usually here within a couple of hours to work on something. So that's definitely an added bonus for us. The proximity is awesome. One example where they went above and beyond for us, we actually migrated all of our files from I guess it would be like a cloud-based server, or I can't remember what it was on SharePoint. It was all a web-based, and we wanted to move it to a server-based server onto files, and I worked with Brett and Arshdeep, and they just completely took over all of it. Like Amy and I met with Brett and Arshdeep, I think 2 or 3 times, and they met with us regularly through the process, and they just took it and ran with it. And they met with us regularly throughout, and they were like, how do you want this to look? How do you want this to look? And they just basically did it all for us, and it's awesome. It's so much easier and makes so much more sense for us. We had a lot of issues with our web-based, and I don't know if it's mainly because of our building. We have some issues with our internet service sometimes, just because it's an old building, but it would crash a lot of times and things like that. But our server-based files are working much better, and they did a really good job helping us get that set up. I think we talked about most all of it. I think the only thing that I haven't really shared, I guess, is just how easy it is to get a hold of them, and how easy it is to get things figured out. they're all very responsive and very quick to get to the root of the problem. Usually, you know, sometimes it turns out to be a bigger problem than it seems to be, but uh, everybody at Go Concepts is really easy to work with, and uh, they're always on the case for anything that we need. So I think that's what we're looking for, is just somebody to help us when we really need it. I know that they're doing more than that. They monitor a lot of our stuff um, when we're not talking to them, but that's when we notice it the most, is when we call and we're asking for them to look at why this isn't working. But they usually jump right on it and get it fixed for us.